nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. Well, it's that DVD review time again, and you know what that means. I have to find something public domain to look at. Or else I'm decapitating Hollywood. Well, you know what? I don't want to. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, I'm sick of looking over crappy sci-fi and 40s propaganda. I want to do something current, popular, and something I even ask permission for. Hey Brad, can I review Paranoia?
Go fuck a horse.
Thanks. This is Paranoia. You ever wonder what would happen if the cinema snob turned into one of those pretentious filmmakers he makes fun of? The darkest recesses of my nightmares won't allow me to think about it, but luckily this film exists to show me what the outcome would be. It has sex, murder, mayhem, and probably the biggest collection of bearded men since The Last Temptation of Christ. But is it on par with main writer and actor Brad Jones's other work? Well, he does keep his cat out of most of the shots. Let's get our freak on with Paranoia! So we open up with Jones, before he looked like a retired bobblehead, as he plays a character named Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. He's upset because his wife is leaving, and thus he's out of a free meal ticket.
At some point over the last 5 years it had to be good, wasn't it?
I never said it wasn't.
You never said anything. You're always locked away, writing.
I'm trying to make a career.
In the 5 years since we've met, you never finished anything. I took a second job to cover bills, to pay for this house. I put aside things I wanted. I put them aside because I was supporting you.
Oh, come on, a spouse supporting a freelance writer? Pfft, who would believe that?
Get over it, Mark. It's never gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, to be fair, she does this every time she watches Short Circuit too.
Be safe.
I hope you're happy.
You too.
I can't remember the last time I was.
So while walking past a piece done by renowned deviant artist Harley Quinn fan 2617, Mark sits around pondering his life.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, he's also wondering, if she's the one supporting me, then how come I'm the one staying at the really nice house?
Bad night.
Christ!
Yeah, the incredibly light knock was pretty startling. Message for you, sir. He finds a person who seems to have been shot dead, but maybe he's not entirely dead. Maybe he's just half dead. Oh, that's better. And now back to the ground. He goes next door to try and call the police, but has a rough time convincing his neighbor.
John, I really don't mean to bother you, but could I possibly use your cell phone for a minute or two?
You want to use my cell phone?
Yeah.
Who are you calling?
Why?
At 12:30, I have the right to ask.
The police.
Just cut it, Mark, and tell me the truth. You're calling your wife, right?
Marissa left me, and that's not why I need to use the phone. I need to call the police, John.
Pay me $5.
For what?
Gee, I'm so glad this conversation about the phone is here. It just moves forward so much character development and story, and raises so many tormenting questions. Like, will Mark ever get a cell phone?
Buy a cell phone, Mark.
I don't want a fucking cell phone.
But Mark quickly realizes that his house seems a little corpseless.
Fuck!
I'm not really bleeding all that bad, actually. If I was, I might have already been dead by now.
Kinda goes without saying. I mean, isn't that kinda like going, I didn't lose my penis. If I did, I couldn't pee. The stranger tries to cop a feel, but Mark just says no to thugs. Hey, here's a fun drinking game. Take a shot every time he takes a shot. If he gets to go through this movie drunk, why can't I? Well, nothing better to do after a few strong ones than go for a nice leisurely drive. It's good body dumping weather.
This is 373.5. Smooth, soothing music for your homicidal, psychotic need. This one's for you, Mark, if you're listening. It's Paranoia, Paranoia, everybody's coming to get me.
He gets pulled over by a police officer who, I swear to God, is the guy he just shot. Is that his doppelganger?
You know your left taillight's out. No, I won't write you a ticket this time, but you need to take that in, get that fixed ASAP.
And by the way, have you seen my twin brother? He's a very eccentric Jehovah's Witness who has a strange way of converting people door to door.
If you want to pop the trunk, I can take a look at it right now. Sometimes the cords just jiggle loose.
No. I don't want to trouble you. I was planning on going to the service station anyway.
I was thinking we could take care of it here, in Brainerd. He goes to a fix-it shop after he pulls the dead body into the front seat. That's less conspicuous. And he asks the guy to fix up the taillight.
Keys? What?
By the way, boys and girls, today's secret word is what or huh. Trust me, they're used all the time during this friggin' flick.
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
Huh?
He uses it more times than a deaf person.
Your blood?
No, it's the dead person I killed. Oh, I can't believe that question got me. What are the odds?
Just hang in there, man. It's not like you're gonna die.
Don't let things get to you. Every time there's a salacious story in the news, people get worried, even paranoid. It's part of what makes us human.
Thank you, toilet psychiatrist. Was he reading a Dr. Phil book while he's sitting in there?
Don't you see what you're doing to your family, Mark? Your overeating is hurting them as well as you. Now I expect to see a drastic loss of weight in the next 2 years. Get cracking.
So after he leaves the everyday car place that puts black garbage bags on their doors, he drops off his friend at a cliff and decides to go home to the person he's just killed home. Why? I'm not really sure. Maybe he just wanted to know what kind of guy would have the nerve to be shot by him. Or maybe it's to have a relatively pointless scene like this one.
Friend of Carl's?
In a way.
Okay, well, I'm just returning this to him.
So she gives him this, a screwdriver used on Star Trek, and he decides to roam the streets, coming across an old friend of the past 5 minutes.
Oh, taillight, right?
I stopped in to get some cigarettes and the machines broke.
Is that so? Here.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I quit.
Yeah, I quit. That's why I have 2 in my pocket.
You alright, man?
Just a headache.
So as Jones's acting continues to go Shatner, he decides to drop by a restaurant, where the waitress seems very talkative.
Here you go. It's on the house.
Thanks.
Whoa, free water? This place rocks!
You don't mind, do you?
Yeah, I guess music in a restaurant is pretty bizarre.
Well, you heard about the body, right?
They found a body.
Yeah. Chatham Heights killer strikes again.
A killer is on the loose, and it is dark as fuck outside. I mean, what more could I ask for? My marriage falls apart, and instead of running after her, I'm wandering the streets, thinking to myself, if it weren't so terrifying, what a great story this would make.
Nah, not even a guy who reviews porn for a living would come up with something like that. But they're then approached by, I swear, the whitest gang you will ever see in your life. I'm not kidding, they drive up in a minivan, 2 of them are wearing glasses, and even the driver looks like the younger sister of one of the gang members. Can I rob the place?
No.
Please?
No!
Please?
Just shut up and play Angry Birds!
They bust in and take the waitress hostage, but Mark is in no mood to have his free water drinking interrupted. Hey, careful, those pellets hurt. Shit.
Oh, let me in, bitch! Let me in!
Why would she be scared? She knows what they were doing and that she'd have to make a quick getaway.
Oh, let me in, bitch!
Oh, I'm sorry, I have a phobia of people asking me to drive them. Don't worry, though, I'm working it out! No! All they tried to do was kill me. Is that so bad? So obviously they had to call the cops, right?
No, we should not call the cops.
And why not?
I do not want to take the blame for this. You kill anybody in this world, and you're not a cop, your reputation will be ruined. That is how things work.
Yeah, that really high-end reputation of being unknown, getting nothing published, and being supported by your not-wife. Sounds like you got a lot to lose there.
I just got an idea.
So they make up a lie and make it look like the waitress, who also seems to be the cook, seeing how nobody else is in this place, was the only one who stopped them.
You're taking his gun?
Don't worry.
But the bullets,
This gun hasn't been fired.
You're worried about the bullets from the gun and not the obvious fingerprints you're leaving behind? Boy, let's pray CSI is as stupid as the show CSI. So, all of these dead bodies is getting repetitive. You know what'll mix it up? Another dead body. Yeah, he comes across the body of a dead kid in the middle of a field. And I'm guessing that's a bizarre version of CPR.
You got lucky, you know that? You're up there, I'm down here. Well, at least I assume you're up there. You know, when I was a kid, I used to camp out at my grandma's house, just gazing up at the night sky, staring at the stars for hours.
You know, it really says something when laying with the corpse of a dead kid is the heartwarming part of your movie. But to be fair, we get back to our more traditional fucked upness, when Mark seems to suddenly be in a dance club trying to discover if there's a way to make white dancing even more awkward.
Could be a lucky night. Perhaps you'd like to take your pick. Variety is the nature of choice.
Were those women just on standby for whenever he snapped? Alright ladies, you go flirt with the men at the bar, you go flirt with the men on the dance floor, you just wait in deafening silence until I snap my fingers. That means I'm about to sell you for sex. Yay! Ooh, he must have picked a good one. Apparently she has 4 stars. Damn out of here! Thank you! Thank you! Tip your waitress, thank you. He seems to fantasize about having his way with her, and even about how to kill her, which I guess turns her on. But he suddenly snaps out of it and wakes up at home. Could you close the door, Harvey? Thank you. Shit!
Uh-oh, there's that bear again.
This isn't
Possible.
You're
Dead.
I love how Mark's scream is on par with the geeky teenager from Simpsons. Oh! If I had a girlfriend, she'd kill me.
Boy, they sure are sending the pretty little things tonight, aren't they?
I'm sorry.
So we see an alternate version of the scene we just saw.
Hello.
How dare you show that I like women?
So he turns off the soundtrack, turns off the TV, he even turns off the doorbell. Which happens to be connected to the T-1000's door. The D-1000. Boy, I'd love to know how they got a permit to film in this place.
Look, Father, all we want to do is shoot a movie about a man who kills people, breaks into their houses, and sleeps with prostitutes. Now, if that's not doing the Lord's work, I don't know what is.
Oh, come on, what did he even trip on? Maybe he tripped on his sin.
Oh, Mark. I was wondering if that was you.
What's going on here?
Calm down, Mark. It's only me.
Yeah, come on, it's only the guy who's been scaring the shit out of you who can't die.
I'm not calming down. I want to know what the fuck you're doing to my life.
I haven't done anything to your life.
What's she doing here?
Oh, and those other people I saw tonight of equal importance, but what is she specifically doing here?
I figured you might ask that.
So he finally reveals what Mark has been going through the whole night.
After somebody dies, they go to one of two places. One of those places is eternal bliss. The other place is like a continuing nightmare. Reality blends in with the fictitious, and it suspends most of the rules that occur in normal life.
So what are you saying?
You're in hell, Mark.
Yes, we came up with that by combining 3 Twilight Zone episodes.
They're dead?
Yes.
And this is all because of the killer.
You're the killer.
What?
Say what again? I dare you! I double dare you, motherfucker!
So let's take a twist that could be explained in 2 sentences and stretch it out to an unnecessary 20 minutes.
I remember what happened.
Yes. You remember some of it. I told you, it's like a nightmare. Sometimes reality can factor into our fantasies.
So, just to clarify, he's been dead the whole time, the Earth is the Planet of the Apes, and he was always Tyler Durden. Oh, and demo reel was just the plot hole. Shut up. So it seems like Mark was the killer of all these people the whole time.
For the first time in your life, you were in control of something. You felt a high like nothing else you've ever felt before.
Is it like the Pringles? Once you pop, you can't stop? Hey, I just killed my wife. Well, you know what they say, when in Rome, kill a bunch of random people. Yeah, that's the saying.
I don't know how many times I've told you this already.
How many times has this happened?
I've lost count.
You know, guys, there are pews. You could go sit in them. It's not like it's a full house here. Hell, even the dead people figure that one out.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk up and go right out that fucking door.
Mark!
Ladies and gentlemen, your Paranoia players! Screwdriver Chick, Carrie Kelly, Bearded Man number 1, Cries at Anything, Bearded Man number 2, World's Whitest Gang member, Brad's Ex, which I really shouldn't talk, Awkward Priest, and Sister Scary Eyes. Good night, everybody!
Can you give me a ride?
That's my job.
A white taxi driver? Now I know this isn't reality.
Take me home. I need to talk to my wife.
No problem.
So kids, what's the bigger topic this movie raises? That hell is annoyingly confusing, or hell is confusingly annoying? Either way, it's an hour and a half you're never getting back. So how is Paranoia? I think it's a bit of a required taste and can be awkward at times, but certainly does create that sense of gloom and doom that it obviously wants to capture. It's uncomfortable, but in a good way, like a miserable night that just won't seem to end. And seeing how that's obviously what the movie is trying to get across, I'd say it succeeded. It's got its problems, sure, but it does well at creating a nightmarish world that seems to loom in atmosphere. So I'd say if a dark, unnerving trip down an alleyway of a movie is your kind of flick, go ahead and check it out. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? Hello?
Hey, asshole. I noticed you haven't fucked a horse yet, because I found someone who's willing to help. He's gonna make your dick feel like carrots.
I remember, so you don't have to.
What?
Asshole. Movie was so perfect it needed a writer's cut.